Fellow Americans, as Black History Month 2017 comes to a close, I am very grateful for the many wonderful opportunities to honor African American heroes, faith leaders, entrepreneurs, and the many others who changed the course of our nation. We are blessed by the lives and examples of those who have made this nation a beacon of freedom, talent, and unbreakable American spirit. This week I had the privilege of visiting the National Museum of African American History and Culture, right here in Washington, D.C. It's a new, beautiful Smithsonian museum that serves as a shining example of African Americans' incredible contributions to our culture, our society, and our history. It also tells of the great struggle for freedom and equality that prevailed against the sins of slavery and the injustice of discrimination. The work and love of the people who helped create such a master.
I'm sorry, I just gotta stop. The sins of slavery and the injustice of discrimination, whilst this man himself has a number of discrimination suits filed against him because of his racist, biased, prejudiced, white supremacist practices against non-white and African American and black people. Do I really need to define what the word hypocrisy really means at this point? I don't think so.
Is a testament to the legacy of so many leaders it honors. I left that museum confident that together America can overcome any challenge. There's a great quote by Muhammad Ali in the museum. "I shook up the world," he said, and that is what he did. So did leaders like Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Martin Luther King, and so many others. They shook up the world for the better because they inspired our nation to march towards justice and freedom for all. Today and every day, I pledge to continue that march so that every American, no matter his background, no matter her background, has the chance to climb that great ladder of success. It was very special to accompany Dr. Ben Carson and his family for the first time seeing the Carson exhibit. I am proud that soon he will serve in my cabinet as the Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. HUD has a very, very powerful meaning far beyond housing. It's about transforming our communities, about bringing back hope, and Ben will do a fantastic job. That's what I'm committed to doing also. I want every African American child, family, and worker to have access to great schools, safe communities, and good paying jobs. I want every disadvantaged child in America to have a choice about where they go to school. So important.
I'm gonna stop it there. I'll leave a link in the description box so you guys can hear the rest of this bastard's speech. First and foremost, Bessie DeVos, who is going to be his educational secretary. I will put a link in the description for a excellent video that Aaron Robb did on Betsy DeVos and how people in Texas were vehemently protesting this woman. This is without a doubt, the most unqualified person to head up as the National Education Secretary. She is the worst person for this job to lead this nation in education. At least Ben Carson, so far as the housing director is concerned, he's from Baltimore. He came from the hood. He came from the projects. So he has more of an understanding of what the housing issue would be. And I'm not condoning Ben Carson. I mean, I respected him, man. He's a very smart man. But he's a coon. But anyway, man, okay. Education. Oh man. The him stopping the FBI from investigating police departments in America to investigate whether they are hiring Klansmen and white supremacists to focus only on Muslim terrorists. Not local terrorists, not white terrorists, but just Muslim terrorists. Passing laws in cities like Missouri and Louisiana that makes that have the potential to charge children with felonies for felony assaults if they get in fights in school, and in Louisiana, if you resist arrest, you can be charged with a felony. It's called one of the Blue Lives Matters laws, right? Take into account what I just said and hold it in contrast with what he just said. And then this is the biggest kicker. He quoted Muhammad Ali. He quoted him. I shook up the world. Now, let's listen. Now I'm gonna read some of this report to you guys, right? Man, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get to the report because this dude, I have more thoughts jumping in my head faster than I can actually get the words out. So I'm gonna read this because this is important. Listen to this, guys. On Saturday, President Donald Trump delivered his final weekly address for February. The brief speech is a farewell to Black History Month, as only he could deliver. Trump's less than 4-minute address was full of both racism and delusion. Thank you. The president started his speech by praising known black leaders. He listed Sojourner Truth, Martin Luther King, and Frederick Douglass, and more. Trump praised them as heroes, sharing a quote from Muhammad Ali printed on the wall in the museum. Quote unquote, I shook up the world, it reads. Trump's nod to Ali is among the most telling and ironic parts of this weekly address. On Friday, border agents detained the legendary athlete's son, Muhammad Ali Jr. According to The Guardian, agents questioned the origin of his name and his religious affiliation. After revealing that he's Muslim, agents questioned Ali Jr.'s place of birth. He's a U.S. citizen who was born in Philadelphia and was flying to Fort Lauderdale, Florida from Jamaica. The experience mirrors those of other affected travelers. Questioning the elder Muhammad Ali is further proof of quoting the elder Muhammad Ali is further proof of exactly how out of touch Trump is with reality. The speech was, of course, recorded before news broke, but speaks volumes. Trump has said time and time again that his order, which bans citizens of 7 majority Muslim countries from entering the United States, and I believe 4 of those countries are in Africa, is not meant to target Muslims. Many have come forward detailing the profiling they experience in various airports. Again, it's not meant to target Muslims, except it is in all Muslim countries, right? 3 or 4 of them in Africa. Not the UAE, not Saudi Arabia, not Turkey. There are Muslims in Yemen. What about France? Where we know that there are terrorist activity happening in these places. Anyway, I'm sorry for the digression. I'm going to continue on. I'm reading now. Many have come forward detailing the profiling they have experienced in various airports. They share experiences akin to Ali Jr.'s. Trump himself has contradicted this idea. On January 27th, he assured Americans that Christian refugees would get priority when seeking asylum. Trump and his cabinet are currently rewriting their travel ban after having the first overturned by a federal court. The second draft is not yet out, though on February 21st, a February 21st report from CNN claims it's almost complete. Man, he quoted Muhammad Ali whilst his son was being detained and questioned because of his name. Because of his name. Never mind the fact that he speaks American English, not any other version of English. And also, not to mention that his passport, he has an American passport, which proves that he's an American citizen. So why would he be detained and questioned? Sorry, I'm going to continue. Not even with an accent. The man is from Philly. He speaks English. And they're questioning him about the origin of his name. Man, come on. Seriously? Get this dude out of here, man. Get him out of here. We do not need this clown in office. Get him out of here. And everybody that serves on his cabinet needs to be banned from politics forever, including his racist attorney general and that racist bastard that he is trying to appoint to the Supreme Court. All these people need to be banned from working in government forever. This dude is so out of touch, it is ridiculous. He's praising Muhammad Ali while harassing and detaining his son in the same breath. Man, get this clown out of office, man. Seriously. Again, and I stand on this, and I'm going to continue to take a stand on this as long as he is in office and people support him. He is a white supremacist. He's a white supremacist. The people in his cabinet are white supremacists, even if they're called Omarosa or Ben Carson. You do not have to be a white person to be a white supremacist. You don't even have to hate black people to be a white supremacist. You don't even have to be racist to be a white supremacist. The two things are not mutually exclusive. However, if you are a racist, chances are you are a white supremacist, right? And even still, you don't have to hate black people to be a white supremacist. It's all about positioning and affording certain individuals opportunities that others are not exposed to. Get them out of there, man. If you follow Donald Trump, you too are a white supremacist. That's the end of the story. There's nothing to talk about. The end.